come soon. I'll pack up the
At the end of this 2 weeks, one thing they'll know for sure is if a conservatory is going to be a good fit for them.
Or what had he to do to try me?
When they say intensive, they were not using that word lightly. They weren't kidding about the intensive part.
They are at it from 8 or 8:30 in the morning until 9 o'clock at night for 2 solid weeks.
Circle of attention is really important. How do you describe the circle of attention?
They're breathing, breathing, eating, sleeping the arts.
So to be a high school student thinking you want to go to such a program, this is a really good way to get an opportunity to see what that's really going to be like.
Mr. Got No Slack.
First day of classes, we start, wake up at 7 and bam, you're working from 7 until 9.
I think it's as rigorous as our day at Carnegie Mellon.
And the expectations are what the expectations are going to be when they get into these programs.
The musicality of it was perfect, but the note was falling off a little bit.
The program here gives you an idea of what you're getting into, which is terrifying, but awesome at the same time.
We have to figure out the breaths at the end of that song.
I did not think I could get this much done in 2 weeks.
The breath is part of seeing. The breath is part of listening.
I'm at the point in my life that I do definitely feel the pressure of it's time to start making the choices.
As I've gotten older, it's kind of been one of those things do you really want to do this? It's a very hard career choice.
It's not just the result, it's not just the performances, but you have to love doing the work.
Coming in here, I definitely feel a lot more confident. This is totally where I love to do and I wouldn't want to be doing anything else.
This is an intensive, whereas some other programs, it's more like a fun time, but this is like a worthwhile time.
This is not about slating, this is about owning the room. Today I felt like, oh, okay, I totally get who she is. And that's all I'm talking about, that first impression when you walk in the room.
So I started ArtsBridge because I saw all these students when I was at Boston Conservatory applying to the school and not only not getting in there, but not getting in anywhere. And many of them were working with teachers in the profession, on Broadway in the profession. And those people are great, but they don't necessarily all know what the colleges are looking for. So I thought, why don't we have a program with the college faculty?
If all of the faculty were from one school doing everything one way, it would reinforce this idea that there's one way to train to be an actor. And I think when you have this variety of faculty working in this variety of complementary ways, this gives them some information and helps them make a better choice come the day a number of months from now when they're going to be making that choice.
That's life advice as well as acting advice, but yeah.
The training that you get from your teachers at home is their opinions of what an audition should be. Here, you get the people who are auditioning you in the room telling you what they want.
Because someone can be so talented, but if they don't know how to audition, they can't communicate that to the people that they're auditioning for.
You know that there's so much you can't control, which is part of what's so terrifying about it. But what ArtsBridge really does is, say these are the things you can control and we're going to help you do that.
There's 1 or 2 places where it's a little tweak I want to do.
Being coached on the specific experience of how you walk into the room and your presence and how you show yourself to a school specifically, because an audition for college is very different than an audition for a role in a show.
It's a remarkable thing. Normally, when you go to a program, you go to that place and learn that culture of that particular school, which there's nothing wrong with that. But for the students to get many different opinions from many different faculty and many different approaches allows them to make a decision about how they want to pursue their artistic future.
Yeah, my goal for college was originally get into one. I now have access to a lot more knowledge about different programs and how different programs have different styles of theater and how I can use that to my advantage in my audition. Henry IV, Part 1, as Prince Henry.
For me, I feel like I can go into college auditions now feeling confident.
And I feel so on top of it now.
There was nothing I did that prepared me more than ArtsBridge.
I'll shout and start a riot. Be anything but quiet. Christopher Columbus.
It's the only summer program that employs
the top faculty from various universities that gather together in one campus. And that in itself is unique because the students have the opportunity to actually study with the same people who are going to be auditioning them in the fall. That does not happen in other summer programs.
They don't treat you like kids, they don't treat you like anything other than an artist and an actor.
Getting to do ArtsBridge just makes you feel so much more confident as an actor and honestly as a person too.
Oh, I continue to come back because I think it's a terrific program. I think it's really easy to get these kinds of programs wrong, and ArtsBridge gets it really, really right.